Hello guys, welcome you all to Coden, a programming hub which will provide you all the basic concepts as well as the softwares where you can implement the code of programming languages. So, in today's topic we are going to learn about the basic concepts of OOPS. Hope you guys like the video and do like, share and subscribe. Now coming to what introduction of C++, you must be familiar that what does C++ basically works upon. It works upon the principle of object-oriented programming structure. Now when we are talking about object-oriented programming structure, it basically focuses upon objects. Now what we talk about an object, that is known as the existence in the real world is known as a object. So when we are using C++, we focus on objects because we want to reuse the code again and again, so that we do not need to write the code again and again, but we can implement with the help of classes. So object means that has some characteristics and behavior. So when we talk about classes means that an object which has similar kind of characteristics and behavior are considered only under one class. Let me give you an example. If we consider orange as an object, so orange object will fall under which class? Fruits. Because fruits is a class which can have many kinds of fruits which will have common characteristics. Like fruits are orange, mango and so on. So we can consider a class fruit which can have various kinds of other objects available in it which will share the same characteristic. So in C++, we will learn object-oriented programming approach with the help of classes, functions, and other concepts. First concept of OOPS, that is data abstraction. Now, what do you mean by data abstraction? Like abstracting data means to extract the data from somewhere. Similarly, when we are talking about a programming language, it means to see the real world concept into essential element. Like we are bothered only about the essential elements. So to understand abstraction, let me give you a simple example. As you can see in front of you all also, like you are driving a car. So in that case, you must know only the essential features like steering, handle, gears, clutch, accelerator. That are the basic functionality that you are considered about while driving a car. So you are not at all bothered that how the engine is working, how you are driving the car, what are the motors doing and all. That are you are not at all bothered. So that is what is known as data abstraction, where you are only considered about the essential elements of the code. Moving forward to the second concept of object-oriented programming is data encapsulation. Now when we talk about data encapsulation, it also means data hiding. That means we can combine both the data members and member functions into one single unit. That we will only have one unit and it will hold all the data and its functions. Like suppose I will give you an example. There is a big company which has different department like sale, production and many more. So what is the main motive of a sales department? To keep track of all the sales record. Production department is to keep the track of how much production is required in the organization. So what we can do, the production department can do, he or she can get the details from the sales department that how much production is required, and the sales department can tell us that how much production is required in the company so that to earn profit. So what we can see, there is a whole one company which is divided into different functions all under one single unit. Now, coming to the modularity concept, there is the third concept of OOPS in which we define the sets of data into different functions, and different functions are known as modules. Like for example, I've given you a scenario over here, like we are having a music system. So what can a music system do? We can also play FM radio, we can add cassettes to it, even we can add a CD to it, or we can also attach a pen drive to it. All performing different modules that have different functionalities. Similarly, if we want to take a more real world example, we can take it of a washing machine. Like we can rinse the clothes, we can wash the clothes, and even we can perform any other activities. These are the set of modules that are provided by a machine. So now when we talk about modularity in programming, it basically means providing some functions. So in C++, we will learn modularity with the help of functions. So here comes the fourth basic concept of OOP, that is inheritance, and it is a very important concept to understand. Although we are too much familiar in a day-to-day life that what is inheritance. When we talk about inheritance, it basically means inheriting the properties of some other class into its own class. Like for example, you are a child, so you have inherited some of your properties from your parents and some of your properties from your grandparents. So what is it? Basically one class was there and further you have inherited that traits from your parents or grandparents into it. Similarly, when we are using a programming approach, what we will use, we will add a class in which we can add other classes also and inherit all the members. That is known as inheritance. You learn inheritance with the help of classes in programming. Now coming to the very last concept of object-oriented programming is polymorphism. What do you mean by polymorphism? Polymorphism is basically a concept that allows you to treat one message and take it into a multiple task. For example, like you can see over here, we are using a plus symbol. So the plus symbol is basically used to add two numbers. So what we did, added the result 4 plus 7, so we got a resultant as 11. Similarly, if we are adding two characters like a plus b, so what we will get the result in the form of ab. That is known as a string, or we can say concatenation of string can be done with the help of plus symbol. So these are the various ways of implementing polymorphism with the help of programming language. When we are using a C++, we will learn polymorphism with the help of function overloading as well as operator overloading. Now, I think you might guys must be clear about what is the basic object-oriented programming approaches like modularity, inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction, data encapsulation. You must be totally clear about what do you mean by these things and how you can deal it with the real-world examples. For more detailed explanation, like if you want to see all the definition of it, I'll give you a link in the description below. That's a link to my blog, a website. You can see all the details as well as you will get the detailed notes over there also. And I hope you guys like my video. If you like the video, do like it, share it also, and subscribe to my channel, and also do press the bell icon to get the latest update as you want. Thank you so much, guys.